Hi YouTube!
Hey!
We are here to talk about a huge trend right now, and it has been for the last couple of years. Are you mimicking my hand moving? It's a circle scarf! Yeah.
So we're up in Canada where it's like super cold in the winter, so it's nice when like fashion and then practical things come together. Yeah, so we're going to show you 3 ways on how to get or make a circle scarf, pretty much. Yeah.
Number 1.
So the first way is probably like the most easiest way that you've probably already thought about, but in case you didn't, we're going to tell you anyways. So what you're going to need to do is get a long scarf that's like a straight scarf, and the important thing is that it has like tassels on the end. Yeah, like these. So what you're going to want to do is take both ends of the scarf that have the little tassels on them.
I've never done this. Why am I doing it?
And you're going to take sections of the tassels, like group them together, and tie both ends together in little knots. Like so.
Little knots.
Do each tassel together because A, that would take you forever to do, and B, then you can like never undo it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just tie maybe like 3 knots of them together so it's pretty sturdy. So what Kelsey did here was she tied 3 knots in her nice pink scarf.
Yeah.
And when you go to bunch it up to wear it, you're not even going to be able to tell. Just make sure you put the knots at the back of your head.
We'll model this for you.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, so you want the knots at the back of the head, and then you want the other nice piece to
go
cover
over,
it.
and it covers the knots. And instant circle scarf.
Instant circle scarf. Does that look good, guys? You can't really tell.
And
if you can, just be like, whatever. I didn't pay anything else for the circle scarf because I made it. Numero 2.
Okay, so the number 2 option is complete DIY, and that is to knit yourself your own circle scarf.
Knit it, Becky, but I don't know how to knit.
Well, I'm going to show you. This is a black knitted one that I was wearing in the other video if you happened to see that one. This took me about like 3 days to do and a lot of time. I don't know, it's actually so easy. So the first step in making this circle scarf out of knit is to knit a straight row of basic stitch. And if you already know how to do that, then you can skip to here.
Here!
And I'll show you how to end it to make it a circle scarf. Okay, so once you've knitted like a straight line of scarf, I'm going to show you how to turn it into a circle scarf. So what I did was I took my 2 ends of the scarf, the beginning and the end, and basically I just stitched them together using the exact same wool so that you couldn't tell that there was ever a seam. So here's what I did. It might seem a little bit silly, but it worked for me. Since you're basically going to want to sew them together, I didn't have like a sewing needle that was like that the hole was big enough for the size of yarn that I was using. So what I did was I used a pen that had a pointy end as my needle. Because the holes in my scarf were so big, like a pen was the perfect size to kind of stitch it together. So you're going to want to cut yourself a piece of yarn about as long as you think you need to stitch it together. It all depends on how wide you made your scarf. I'm going to go with about this long for now. Then what you're going to do is, then what you're going to want to do is take a piece of tape about this size, and you are going to want to tape one end of your yarn to the very bottom of the pen. This is the way we're going to pretend that we're threading our needle. And it should look something like this. So now you have your faux needle and thread. Put the 2 ends of your scarves together, overlap them just a little bit, enough so that you can use your pen to make a couple giant stitches, just enough that holds it together. And then just tie a knot in the end when you're done to stop it from coming undone. And yeah, after you've done all those steps, you end up with a beautiful long knit.
Want me to model that one too,
scarf.
Becky?
Yes I do.
Okay. Okay.
The good thing about these ones is with the use like big fatty needles is they're really stretchy, so you can wrap them around twice, 3 times, as many times as you want.
Oh yeah, like it's stretchy.
It's stretchy, yeah, so whatever you're feeling like.
However cold you are or hot you are. The third way to make a circle scarf.
So the very last way to make yourself a circle scarf is by, what you're going to do is take a large old sweater that you don't want anymore.
It's pretty large.
Or you can use a really big t-shirt, like if you want to make the cotton kind, that I know American Apparel sells those ones, which this is a really cheap alternative. Just a heads up, if you are going to use one that was a knit sweater, make sure the knit's pretty tight, because if you use like a loose knit sweater, it's going to fall apart.
Yeah.
This is your sweater, and yes, it's huge. Is you're going to take the part that's right under the arms, so this part down to the bottom, and you're just going to cut a straight line across it, so that you end up with this giant circle piece.
Yeah.
So once you have the bottom of your sweater cut, you should have this giant tube thing, which is circle scarf, which Kelsey will model. So easy. So easy.
Yeah, that was the easiest one.
Fun fact! So you have this top part of your sweater and you're like, what do I do with that? I just don't want to waste it. So you can take the sleeves and make them into leg warmers. A little bit before the sleeve ends, just cut it off. Leg warmer! So yeah, if you put that under a boot, it's super cute.
Okay, so I hope you guys learned something about DIY scarves. If you already were like, that was so obvious, sorry, but...
It was obvious, but honestly, some people just don't think of these things. If you know a different way to make a circle scarf besides buying one, leave it in the comments below. Bye guys!
That's it!